special series as a run-up to the biggest climate conference COP26, which starts in Glasgow this week. We bring you examples and stories of how one can build more responsibly in sync with nature, keeping sustainable principles and healthy living at the core of a real estate project.
The Auroville Design Consultants, established in 1988, is a multidisciplinary organization working in sustainable planning and architecture, renewable energies and water resource management. Its most ambitious project, Humanscapes Habitat, is a benchmark for sustainable and harmonious models of development.
The idea of Humanscapes is actually to bring the design technology and the sustainability aspect of habitat together with social and economic change. What would be the kind of spaces, design spaces? How much space does a person need? How do we make it efficient? And how to eliminate the need of air conditioning totally from any of the buildings. We looked also at the building materials and technology itself. Cement and steel is one of the most used building materials. It has a very high carbon footprint. So we don't have concrete slab, we actually have voids in bricks, which are then filled up and there's a room above it. So you reduce the steel and the concrete slab because it's just brickwork. And the same thing was done for a different type of walling material. So instead of just using only earth, we use construction waste.
Humanscapes is based on the co-housing concept in Auroville on a site of about 2,500 square meters. The proposed built-up area of about 1680 square meters is over 3 floor levels. This mixed-use development of residences, community and workspace is setting standards for low-embodied energy building.
We reduce the amount of water needed, both in terms of course, the kind of construction we did, the low flow taps, the kind of finishes in the building that you need less water to clean and everything. We have been working with the people living in these apartments on how to actually live, dress, eat in such a way that your personal water consumption comes down. The second thing that we did, every drop of water that falls on the site, on the buildings and everything, we collect it and we create bioswales which hold these waters, and then using shallow wells, we actually use the microbiology of the soil to recap the soil for potable means. So instead of building concrete tanks to collect the rainwater, we use the earth itself as a holding medium and then tap the water through shallow open wells. And the third thing that we did is actually recycle all the sewage.
Communities around the globe are struggling to find feasible options for affordable and sustainable housing. Auroville Design Consultants is leading the charge with Humanscapes, which demonstrates a living and evolving neighborhood. It's a perfect example of net energy positive habitat, which is generating its own energy. Designed to house up to 500 residents, the sustainable housing complex is an ideal model of sustainable living in a world where net zero by 2050 is no longer optional.